Greetings all. We're going for a walkie walk. We don't want to have to do this. Not in landscape. It's fucking annoying. All right. As it is what it is. Yeah, it's either going to be death or divorce, but you know, I'll get out of here. I fucking hate. I hate this neighborhood. I hate the people here. No reason. Not like just a hater. It's like a few houses down. I walk very often, and I feel like I'm like a fixture of the neighborhood. I don't know, I just really like their decorations, and they always have their yard just looking really nice. I'll show y'all when I pass it. But the lady that lived there, she was out in her yard fixing something, and I walk by, and because I'm a polite motherfucker, I say that, oh wow, I really love your yard. It always looks really, really nice. And she responds, do you live here? Not thank you. Do you live here? And, you know, that's kind of what I've come to expect from living here, is people just being disrespectful and rude and racist. Well, welcome to the show. But here's the house. And so they have like a little swing set in their yard, and it's really cute. And it's like a little place where, you know, people sit. And so I thought it was really nice, and I wanted to compliment it. Oh, hey, what's up? I didn't realize anybody was here. Oh shit, there's 17 people here. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm literally just walking to the store. I was talking about this lady's house when I walked by. I complimented her house, and she asked me if I lived here, and I was like, bitch, are you kidding me? Are you serious right now? Literally, I just complimented your yard, and you're worried about, like, I'm the element and I'm in your fucking neighborhood? Do I look like I'm gonna be a problem? I'm not walking fast. This is how I normally walk. I mean, I guess I walk fast for like the average person, but I'm just walking. This is my exercise. But I'm also going to the store. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of annoyed with my hair at the moment because whenever I have it in braids, it starts to thin out in the front. And so I have to let it rest. And I fucking hate having my hair loose. I hate having it out because I have to take care of it. And I'm lazy. And people will talk to me about, like, because for a lot of black people, putting your hair in braids is a protective style. It's something that you do because you can't do anything else. And so when I take my hair loose, people are like, why are you wearing braids when your hair is so long? I'm like, bitch, I'm lazy. I mean, I'm a lazy hard worker because doing braids is actually a lot of work, but I don't have to do anything to my hair for like months at a time. Hey, I don't know, welcome back. What do I do for a living? I do disaster relief. I go to places that have been hit by hurricanes, tornadoes, um, floods, fires. Not very often fire, because fire is like California, and I'm on the East Coast, and they have a whole team for fires over there. But I do talk to people. Like I do take do inspections over the phone with people in California. But yeah, I do inspections of people's houses and get them money to get their houses fixed after a disaster. The clowns are out now. Listen. do, 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 do. Yeah, it's actually a really, really fun job because I get to travel a lot. I meet a lot of really interesting people, and it is endeavored to humanize people to me, which also makes me feel a little bit more human, which I did not think was possible, to be honest. Oh God, I don't know anything about. I saw like the debate happen yesterday, and I saw that it was like streaming, but I was literally in the bathtub, and I was like, I do not want to see this while I'm trying to relax. But I feel like there's people talking about the debates and the election and stuff. Do I? A sexy walk. I would have never known. Yeah, as a kid, I played basketball and was told that my walk was lumbering. That like, I walk like a fucking troll. Because I also did pageants when I was in high school. Like after I did basketball, I did pageants, and they did not like my walk. Yes, I got a pimple patch on my head. Like, what else am I supposed to do? In public. Yeah, I really do not care. And there's people that will like see it and be like, oh my God, that's so cute. You have like little stickers on your face. I'm like, bitch, no. I have acne. Yeah, I have my necklace situation. I like to wear a necklace like a dog leash. Yeah, this is my like everyday necklace. I always have like a something silver because I like silver a lot. Well, thank you, Robert. I try. I don't really try, but I try. Well, not thank you. Yeah, I've had my hair like this since 2015. You know what? Let me just hold this. I'm just gonna hold my phone. Yeah, this is easier. Hold up. People say it's expensive. I'm not sure what you're talking about. That's expensive. Because if it is, I'm not interested. Broke bitch alert. Yeah, I've seen like a few things about like Trump and Harris and like how the debates went, or the debate. There was just one, but I mostly don't care. I know that sounds like not great because, you know, we're not in a great position right now, but I'm not in a great position right now, and so it's kind of difficult to want to be super invested in shit when like I'm literally like crashing and burning at the moment. It's hard to worry about other people's shit. Speaking for all men, listen, Lynette, you're in the wrong place. Speaking for all men, this is all inclusive. I feel like everybody's not into me, but like I feel like I just have a lot of people that are invested in my what am I trying to say? My success, and I've been trying to lose weight for a really long time, and so yeah, here's the potty. Because I weighed like 240 back in 2020. I took some pills that were not good for me, psychiatric medication that was not good, and it caused a lot of issues, and I gained like 80 pounds in like 4 months. It was wild. And so I've been endeavoring to come back from that. So it's not just for the dudes, it's for everybody. Okay, let me actually look at this fucking chat. The marine crop fade. I actually, like, for the people that it looks good on, it looks really fucking good on. So, like, I mean, if it's you, you know, do you. Oh, you said you need a better barber. Well, this is, like a faux hawk. I mean, it's pretty close to just being a mohawk. But I've had it for a while, and it's kind of shrunk over time because I would have other people do it for me, and because I have braids, I guess, I'm not entirely certain, but like people don't know how to cut hair when there's braids, and they'll get too close to the braid and fuck up the braid because they'll like cut into the hair that's inside the braid, and so that makes me end up having to you know, bring the line in every time that happens. And so now I just do my own hair, and I absolutely do make mistakes. Sometimes I'll nick a braid, but I find that I am better prepared to not do that shit than a person that is used to, I don't know, just doing regular people's hair, like not having to work with braids. And you're a programmer? That's fucking lit. What do I do for fitness? Well, I'm going on a walk right now. I go on walks like pretty often. I just really like walking. I like being out in nature. Oh God, there's like road work up here. They took out the sidewalk. Yeah, this is gonna suck. But yeah, I work out. Probably, I try to get some kind of just activity in every day. But I go to the gym. I do cardio. I spend a lot of time in the steam room, in the sauna, because that just makes me, it just helps to activate my muscles before I work out, and then helps me to relax when I like leave. Let's see, what else do I do? I like to go on hikes a lot. I took Dig on a hike this like 2 weeks ago. He's not in great shape. He's not in good shape, and so he was fucked up after, but not as bad as Tallulah. I have like a 30-minute video about when we went to Tallulah Gorge in North Georgia, and holy shit, he almost died. I actually had like nightmares about it. It was like some PTSD associated with, because he was not doing well. Which I want to cross this fucking street. this is horrible. Oh, this is horrible. It's been this way for like at least a month, where there's like, this used to be a sidewalk, it's fucking gone, and I literally just want to cross the street, but there's like dudes up on the telephone poles, like, you see that? Yeah. So I don't want to walk over there where the crane is, but there's a bunch of traffic right in front of me. We'll see. If you came to LA, I don't live in LA. I live on the East Coast. I really want to cross the street. Give me like a sec. Yeah, here we go. Swing from the trees. Listen, when I was a kid, I was so fucking into climbing trees. That was like my favorite pastime. And I was applying for jobs and I saw a tree climber as one of the jobs. I applied for that shit. I didn't get it, but I was actually pretty excited to see it. They were like an arborist. And so it was a kind of a apprenticeship kind of thing where you could learn about trees and stuff. And I love climbing trees. I should try rock climbing. Oh God, George. Trump 2024. All right. You were in the wrong place for that. I'm gonna be honest. Not that like you're not welcome, but also you're not welcome. Hey, what's going on with your VPN? The one and only Mr. Putin. Yeah, no, there's only one. God damn. Certainly a unique individual. That's the most positive I could say. Which I feel like is pretty positive. Though I'm not certain, like, megalomania isn't super unique. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know why, but 30, like 20 years ago was looking old as fuck. It's like 50 now. Which is kind of wild. Because like, it feels like people age slower. Definitely people are aging slower. But like the rate at which it was happening, like boosted between, let's see, like 1990 to 2000, like people just look way younger. Because I feel like people don't think I'm 30, don't think I'm over 30. Wait till you hit 50. Listen, I'm gonna be fucking. I'm gonna look great at 50. I'm so excited. Like, I have like one gray hair, like right here, and I end up cutting it, but like I have one, and it's so pretty to me. I'm really excited for the glow up. Thank you, Anna. Okay, you're gonna need to tell me how to pronounce your name. Is it Havikash? Havikash? Is the H silent? Is it Vikash? Either way, thank you. Yeah, no, the way that you eat does make a humongous difference. Like, Dig, he eats garbage. He eats garbage, and he looks old. Like, I remember, it was a few years ago. I went to work with him because he had to like get some like paperwork or something, and there's a car behind me. It's freaking me out. But he had to get some paperwork, and the security guard there thought that I was his child. Literally. Like, he's 4 years older than me. And I mean, it probably was that I dressed youthfully, but like, they literally thought I was his kid. And I'm like grown. Like, it was, I want to say it was 2018. Because it was at his other job. Yeah, I want to say it's 2018. Or it was the beginning of this new one. Or newer. So I was 28. I was old. Oh, people call you V? Okay, cool. I've never left the country. Well, I've gone to Jamaica once, but I really would like to go literally everywhere. I feel like there's no place like off limits. I mean, I guess North Korea. I am lesbian. Tee. Yeah, I'm literally just gay as fuck. And it's, I just say, I don't say queer, but I should. That's what like other people say is kind of like the catch-all, because I'm not particularly interested in people generally, not sexually or romantically, and so it's a little different for me when I like tell people like I'm gay. It's like, well, don't fucking touch me, but I'm gay. No, I saw. It's just funny that you said, I am lesbian. Hear me roar. Oh, that's the wrong one. Anna, would you need, would a goth GF be the goal? I feel like that's like the new thing, like the craze. People want goth GFs. being lesbian and schizoid is that's a tough role right there. Because the emotional unavailability is fucking real. And I'm certain there's like other schizoids that would be interested, and there's other, you know, neurotypical people that would be patient. But that's just fucking hard. It's hard. Do you ask why you're a lesbian? Because that should just be happening. Like, if I could not be asexual, I think I probably wouldn't be, because it's like a whole swath of the human experience that I miss out on, because it doesn't do anything for me. Like, it sucks. It's like being relegated to like tongue kiss every fucking stranger you meet. That's what it feels like to me. It's fucking horrible. All right, I'm about to go into the store. I'm wondering, should I take y'all with me or should I not? Because I hate douchebags that like walk around the store like talking. It can be really obnoxious to have like streamers like in the grocery store. But I might, what am I getting? I'm gonna get some fish and spinach. So it might be like a quick in and out. It might be good. Why are you gay? Yeah, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Ooh. Come on. There we go. I really like Aldi. It's really chill here. And the prices aren't crazy. On the Walmart tour. Yeah, you're not missing out on anything. Never going to Walmart. Though they do have like weird stuff that you wouldn't expect to see. That's like the one downside to not having Walmart. It's like just weird garbage you can eat. Because they have like all the ice creams that are like these things, all like honey buns and the peanut butter things and the oatmeal cream pies. They have like all the Hostess snacks, but like ice cream versions of them, which is pretty nice. They're really good. There's people here. Ugh. Yeah, you get a lot of options at Walmart. Not necessarily the healthiest ones, but a lot of people don't want healthy options. Yeah, Anna, are you on Instagram? Because like I will totally follow you there. Like if y'all let me know, I'll follow y'all. I just don't follow random people that follow me because they'll start talking to me. Because like a lot of those are like just weird scams. But yeah, especially if you have a profile like that is private, let me know. That's it. Shit. Okay. Oh, it's just your name. That's easy. Let's look at tea. I love tea, y'all. I feel like that's a foregone conclusion. I feel like y'all know that. I got some tea yesterday. I don't need more tea. I love tea so fucking much. Okay. And that's. Yeah, that's actually really cute. They also have like a lot of really cool random stuff. Like one of those like mini blenders. Those are really useful. It's huge. Is that a pen? Oh, you're from Moscow. My sticker. Yeah, I typically put on more, and I should put on more because my face is that thin. But I like to decorate. Oh, you're from a rural area. That's kind of wild. I'm gonna put y'all away for a second.
No, I think he is good. I don't know who it was, but I heard it all. I heard it going. Thank you so much. Hello. 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 Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day. You too.
All right, we're off to the races. I put the photo on when I woke up this morning, but I didn't, and I smell bad. Legit bored. Yeah, well, of course you are, because I literally was grocery shopping. Also, it's legit boring. Welcome to the motherfucking show. That's pretty lit. Do you go to clubs? Are you a clubbing person? I don't know. I remember when I was like 18, 19, my mom paid me to go to a club. So that's the kind of person I am. I did not enjoy my experience. Yeah, I have a short where I'm like, I want to say it was a gay club, but it was in Tennessee. It was boring as shit. Oh my God. Alcohol definitely does help. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I think I do kind of enjoy house parties. If I go to a party with like a whole bunch of people that I know. I don't know, I like dancing. I definitely like to dance, but I don't like people. And I also have claustrophobia. And like social claustrophobia. Yeah, I dance alone. I sure the fuck do. I'll be in my room, like literally by myself, because growing up I have like this phobia of being seen dancing, because my parents like made a fucking huge deal about dancing, and so it makes me really uncomfortable to dance in front of people. But when I'm drunk, I can do it. Ooh, in the rain, yes. Yeah, I just find like everything that I do, it's just more enjoyable alone. And if it's not something that can be enjoyed alone, then I don't want to do it. And that's what is the word? That's a bit harsh, because I do stuff. It's like a spectrum, I guess. But there are definitely things that, like, if I don't enjoy it alone, I'm definitely not going to enjoy it with other people. I mean, if you're a person that can get lonely, like, loneliness is the lack of people to you, then yeah, I could see being alone being boring. But for me, I feel like loneliness is a lack of purpose. And then fucking, oh my god, depersonalization, that is the absolute epitome of loneliness. To be away from yourself, that shit is fucking terrifying. And like, for a really long time, I was experiencing a lot of dissociation, thinking, I was experiencing some depersonalization along with derealization. No, bitch, no, it was only derealization. This past year, I had some depersonalization, and that shit was horrible. Because, like, it's just difficult for me to, like, even describe it. It's, oh my god. Oh, you're more romantic, not physical. I feel that. I definitely feel that. Yeah, I think I would say I'm probably closer to being not aromantic than I am being not asexual. People are so fucking inconsiderate to pedestrians here, y'all. It's like, well, we don't really design many of our cities and suburbs and towns to be walkable. And so people do not pay attention to people walking. And they definitely don't pay attention to bikers and, like, people on bicycles and people on motorcycles. To feel depersonalized. Let's see. So, do you experience any type of dissociation? Because it's a lot easier to describe when, like, from that standpoint. Yeah, I don't ride bikes. Well, I have a bike, but I don't super ride it because this isn't a good place to ride it. Like, riding it on a trail would be fine. But on the road, no, you can't ride the bike. Like, you can't ride a bike to get to somewhere here. Because people do not give a shit about bikers here. Describing depersonalization. So, like, pretty much what dissociation is, it feels extremely similar to, like, taking drugs. Like that feeling where the world feels like on slow-mo, or it feels like it's too fast. It really doesn't matter, because it's the experience of feeling separated from the world. And so that's derealization, where the world feels not real. It's either too fast, too slow, too fucking bright, too dull. Whatever has you tethered to this plane of existence is thin and you can feel it. So realization is really easy to describe because we have a lot of examples of it. Depersonalization is, it almost feels more like a process. Yeah, that literally, yeah. Very, yes. Schizoid is very similar. Like, I mean, that's part of the symptoms is derealization. When you feel separated from yourself, it's this experience. You almost feel like you're not a person. I mean, you just feel like you're not a person. You feel like you are something subhuman. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you do not recognize yourself. You literally you don't know who that fucking person is. And I feel like it's more of a process because over time, as you become more unfamiliar to yourself, it kind of evolves and kind of gains a life of its own. For depersonalization, it actually doesn't really feel like, at least for me, it doesn't feel like I'm watching from a distance. That's what like just general dissociation feels like, where I'm like suspended above my body and experiencing like reality from somewhere else. I guess that's what a lot of people would describe it as. And maybe I'm speaking from an experience that like I've been depersonalized and derealized for a very long time. And so some of the edges become more distinct and pointy and sharp and hurtful because the shit starts to hurt. Because you stop caring about yourself completely. And I don't think that's necessarily what happens when you just have one depersonalization episode. But I would suspect it's part of the process of what a person experiences when they have that disorder where they think they're dead. Because like that's probably like the ultimate version of depersonalization is thinking you're fucking dead. Like managing a person in Sims game. Yeah. And yeah, maybe that's what it is it feels like you're suspended above yourself and you're just experiencing life from like a room over. And for me, it's been such a long time of experiencing that like some of the emotional experience for me has melted into it. And, or maybe mental and emotional, I don't know. But it is not cash money, not the life I want to live. Because the world feeling unreal, I mean, the world is subjective anyway, so it's not like that shit fucking matters to me, to be honest. But like, if I don't have a grasp of myself, that makes life impossible for me to traverse. I mean, I could see how people associate, often people associate depression with being alone. And a lot of my depression comes from being around someone too fucking long. So this past week, Dig was off work. He had pretty much just a vacation for the whole week. I was so fucking exhausted. Y'all, when I tell you I could not fucking function. When I have to worry about someone else's shit, when I have to worry about like making dinner for him and engaging with him for hours and hours at a time, that shit is so draining and so depressing. I I can't function. I literally can't function, and I can't have my own life. Like this past week, where I was trying to, because I want to do a video on the DSM and like the issues of just psychiatry in general, and I can't do that because I feel like I have to take care of Dig. I have to keep him happy, because if he's not happy, I'm definitely not gonna be happy. But like, I'm also, I have to like make my own stores of energy, and he just takes them all. And I'm not an extrovert, so it's not like I can get it from someone else. I have to make it myself. And so having a person around me all the time, that's what causes me to be depressed. Because I don't have the social energy to continue engaging with a person. And I'm always masking. It's to the point where like I don't even recognize myself when I'm not masking. You should. You should set up a channel. Yeah, yeah. And like I describe it this like similar way, Anna, like where you have similar needs to people because you're a person. But you can't consume, you're not receptive of that energy the same way people are, like other people are. And so I describe it like being a person who needs a like you need to eat, but you don't have an esophagus. Like you have no way to consume your food, but you need to eat. And so you have to find your, what is it? The bypass. The thing that goes directly into your stomach and gives you fuel. Because we're different. And how people enjoy eating food, like it's a nice experience. It's fucking lovely. We don't really enjoy social interaction. Like, we don't enjoy that shit. But we a little bit need it. We, like, it's different for everybody, from person to person. But we still have, like, you know, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. We still have the need to have, to feel secure. We have the need to feel like we belong. It's just in different ways. Yeah, being alone brings me so much fucking peace. Okay, me and Dig have been together since I was 18 years old. So, fuck, I'm 34. What's math? 16 years? Holy shit. Is that right? Is that right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, we got married in 2017. So that's 7 years. In October. September? This year, this month. I forget when we got married, because we got married like in a super rush because his mom was dying and I didn't want to get married. I don't like the concept of marriage. I don't like weddings. Very much don't like weddings. Did not enjoy myself. It was probably the day that I like signed the certificate. That was one of the worst days of my life. I'm gonna be honest. I was not feeling that day. And it might have just been a bad day for me, but that was, holy shit. I kind of don't remember it because I went back home and just went to bed. Yeah, I would like to think, but if it hadn't been him, it would have been somebody else. Because when I was 18, like, I still had a lot of the conditioning of feeling like you're supposed to have a relationship. I think if I was given the chance to live my life from 18 right now, like if I like my 13 or my 34-year-old brain was put in my 18-year-old body, I would not be with anybody. And I would have like, I don't know, friends with benefits. Because I kind of don't like having a person need you romantically and sexually. I don't like that shit at all. And being expected to reciprocate feelings that you don't experience, that sucks. And it sucks for the person wanting to, feel loved and stuff. I don't have that in me. It doesn't exist. And it never really did. These down. Dude, I love these glasses. They're transition lenses. They're so cool. I thought I was gonna hate them, but you can't even really tell that they're like sunglass mode. Okay, so I'm back home, y'all. I'm gonna put you in the mount. What are you saying? Are you talking about like are you currently with somebody? Are you currently in a relationship? Or are you? Oh, you don't want to see my room. My room looks horrible. Ugh. Oh my god, I'm so hot. Okay, I'm gonna turn off my headphones, but I don't know if it's gonna end the stream. We'll see. It did not. Okay. Mm. I fucking hate this place, to be honest. I would be cooking dinner, but my father-in-law is cooking. And he kind of takes up the whole motherfucking kitchen when he cooks. Oh, so you're currently in a relationship. I have another pair of glasses. My grandma glasses. Where are my other grandma glasses? Every time I get glasses, I get a pair of grandma glasses because they're so comfortable. Let's see. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. It's grandma time. These are so comfortable. Mm. Oh, a year ago you're in a relationship. Yeah, I have a hard time not keeping relationships, but caring. And I often run into where like I should just drop this. I should just drop this shit completely because this is not what I want. Um I'm a person that's very quick to do that because I'd rather just be alone. Um but I'm with a person who can't stand to be alone, and I care about him. And so every time I feel like I'm done, like he kind of love bombs me into not being done and kind of guilt trips me into not being done, and like things are going to change and all that shit. Um, and they do change for a little bit and then go back to how they were. And some things have changed slowly. Yeah, I love these glasses. I'm so happy with them. And I thought I was gonna hate having transition lenses, um, because my brother has them, and they'll just transition just like in the middle of the day, because like it's activated by light. It's not activated by what, darkness, I guess. And you can't really, change the amount of light that's hitting the glass. And so they'll just come on indoors sometimes. Um, but you actually, I don't even notice them changing. I can't tell that this is like tinted, and they're tinted pretty hard. This is still pretty tinted. Oh, okay, okay. I have no idea what time it is though. Ooh. Do you think that opening up to other people about things that are interesting helps heal schizoid? Um, like sharing your interests with other people. I think it does help to, um because I'm also autistic, and so having a special interest and talking to people about my special interest, that does make me feel pretty motherfucking good. That's a nice experience to feel like someone's on the same level as you as far as like things that you like. And I guess anything good could be a source of healing. So I guess it depends on how you use it. If you are just living in the moment and having the experience and not reflecting on it, I could see it not being particularly healing. But if you're reflecting on it, I do think that it could be a source of healing. Um, but you would need to know that you have the problem in the first place, and that what you're doing is helping you. Like, yeah, trying to build connections. Because I feel like the more you're connected, the more energy you're expending, but you're also getting used to. Like, it brings up your level of ability to expend that energy. And I feel like that's always a good thing, to be desensitized to being around people. I think it's better to be desensitized than not. And I feel like especially the weird connections. I have a friend that we're just fucking weird. We're just weird together, and I love them. Because we talk about Sungwa from 80s. That's all we talk about. And we talk about his fucking hands. We talk about like his neck. Like we talk about weird shit about him that we really like. And it's just nice to feel like you have somebody that's got the same weird thoughts as you. Cause like I just be sitting here all day having weird motherfucking thoughts. And it's just nice to know like I'm not the only person. I'm not the only one. Yeah. Yeah. Cause like we're constantly thinking. Like we think too motherfucking much. I mean, yeah, it's possible to think too much. We're constantly thinking, we're constantly reflecting. Everything that I do personally, I have like a fucking existential crisis about. Like anytime I go to an event, I'll have like all of these thoughts. And that's probably why I'm really good at doing reviews. Like on Amazon, I'll review stuff that like I've bought, and I'll get people in my Instagram, because I think I linked my Instagram to my Amazon. I don't know why I did that. But there's people that are on Amazon that will contact me on Instagram and say like, "Hey, I'll send you this free shit if you'll review it." And so I do that, not a lot, but a fair amount. I think to even be approached in the first place is kind of a big deal. Not a big deal, but like it means that people are seeing my reviews and they like the reviews that I leave, because I do leave like really long-winded thoughts about the experience that I've had, because that's how I think. So I feel like I have something to say about everything. Even if it's a boring experience, there's something to be said about it. Yeah. Yeah. Like, and I feel like it's for any experience. Like, we just latch on to different parts. And so it can seem weird, but that's the thing I fucking care about. That's what's making me plug into this experience, is that weird fucking component. And otherwise I would not be fucking interested. This is what's stimulating me. This is what's making me interested in doing it. I'm trying to think of like an example. Because like my interest in K-pop, it seems very fucking vapid, right? Like, who fucking like what kind of schizo, what self-respecting schizoid would be interested in K-pop? That's for teeny boppers. That's for like children. The things that I get real like embroiled in are the personalities of the artists and how I relate to their experiences, because like growing up I was a theater kid, and so K-pop is pretty much just a whole bunch of fucking theater kids. Um and so I very much connect to that experience, the performative shit, like, because also in going into theater, this is probably why I did it as a kid. I was like maybe 8th grade, like 12 years old. The reason why I went to theater is because I wanted to be able to be anybody. I wanted to be able to shapeshift. And that's masking. And so that's what pulled me into to wanting to be in theater and being on stage and performing, is because I feel like my entire fucking life is a performance. And so I very much gravitate to the performative nature of the experience. And so I latch on to weird physical traits and weird eccentricities that people have. They're because I notice weird shit that goes on in the background. Like, that's the person that I am. And so like there was a like there'll be a picture of somebody and everyone's talking about like how beautiful this person is and all that stuff. And I'm like, in the background there's a fucking like gorilla. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that fucking weird shit that's going on in the background? Like, that's the kind of shit that I latch on to. Is like the weird shit. Yeah. Yeah. There's so much nuance to just any given experience. And I find that when you are a very reflective person, you don't necessarily need to be schizoid. Um that you do get a lot more out of life. Even with schizoid, it's really weird, because like that's the assumption is we don't get fucking anything out of anything. But because we don't feel anything, that we don't get what of any given experience, we don't get what the appeal is. We have to find it somewhere else. We have to like dig into this experience and like find the little morsel of like what's good about it or what's interesting to us about it. And so I feel like we're very good at mining experiences for the morsels of meaning and purpose, at least to us. And to other people that might not be, super purposeful or meaningful, but like that doesn't matter. And I think a lot of people will, I don't know, like the social aspect of it, where they feel like, well, other people don't find this interesting, so I shouldn't. We don't give a shit about that. We do not give a fuck about what other people think we should be doing. And I think a lot of people could afford to have a little bit more of that, because I think there's a lot of people, like, especially like being a Black person, there are a lot of rules, like unsaid rules, like culturally for Black people. Like, being good at school is like a white thing. Like, growing up, I remember being told, like, I talk white and I want to be a white person because I get good grades. And that's not necessarily like the case. We've kind of moved from that in recent years, but like in the 90s, we were very much on that shit. And I feel like that mentality has kept a lot of really smart Black people from doing a lot of amazing things. And I feel like across the board for all of humanity, we could afford to stop giving a shit about what other people think about what we're doing and what we're interested in, because doing that is only stifling to all of us. It's definitely like kind of like this collar that we put on ourselves, um, as a collective, to keep us from being great. Like, what other people think doesn't fucking matter. That's a good motherfucking question, Anna. why? Why does nature give us this sensitivity and disallows us from experiencing so much in the first place? Why? That's a really good question. Because, yeah, I'm definitely very sensitive to a lot of shit, but also extremely numb to most shit. That's a really good question. I ding 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 question of the day. I don't know. My glasses back to being, yeah. So I think they're back to mostly, we'll see. Mostly clear. Almost. No, not really. No, they haven't changed all that much. Yeah, that's a really good question. And I don't even know if like answering it would get us anywhere, but it'd feel nice too. These are a lot heavier than my other grandma glasses. Because like the sides are like thick as fuck. Where are my other ones? I don't think they're in here. And I could see these kind of giving me a headache because they're kind of tight here. My other grandma glasses are too fucking big, so I have to get those little foot things that you put on your glasses to keep them on your ears. Where's my other glasses? Are you fucking okay? Yeah, no, it's out in the living room. Give me a sec. These are my other grandma glasses, and they're too big, so that's why they have these on them. I do like these a lot. They're a lot less heavy. These are heavy as fuck. I don't know if I would have got them if I had known how heavy they're going to be. Because these are way more comfortable, but they don't stay on by themselves. And this is actually like, even though it's not a huge movement or like a huge like super cumbersome thing you would think initially, to keep doing this is not comfortable. Maybe because we're not supposed to live with so much stimulation in the modern world. Yeah. But in the Stone Age, we could first class. Yeah. Yeah. That's, that might be, yeah, that might be it. That in the modern world, we are entirely overstimulated, but maybe in the Stone Age, we would have been like warriors and really good at hunting and just generally badass, because I hate to say that like being schizoid is, or like being like neurodivergent is somehow more primitive, because I don't necessarily think so, but maybe I don't know. I'm not. We have minds that are possibly more conducive to simpler experiences. Like, because like I remember as a kid, I could go a long ass time, like just with nobody, nothing, like not having to interact with anybody, and it would worry my parents that like I would just spend so much time alone and I'd be comfortable. And I do think that over time we have definitely kind of developed a sensitivity to being alone as like a species. Yeah, I wanted to like exactly because we're very very extremely fucking philosophical, and so I didn't want to say that we have more primitive. Well, it's not more primitive brains. It's more primitive social structure. Yeah, where we could have more like skeletal relationships, and within like a more like a piecemeal experience of being social doesn't necessarily mean that because it's skeletal, it's any less structurally sound, but it is more simple. You could still have, you know, like a building, a skyscraper. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it's still standing. It's not as, you know, doesn't have like you know like those new age ones where like they have like plants and shit in there where it's like part of the infrastructure is like nature. We don't have all that shit going on. We're very simple. Our buildings are extremely simple, but they're very sound. But yeah, we are constantly asking questions. We never stop. Sometimes to our detriment. Definitely to our detriment. Yeah, as a kid, I was extremely shy. I was painfully shy. Um, and it bothered me a whole fucking lot. And so I decided in at the end of middle school that I was going to start acting. And so I took an acting class. I auditioned to go to a performing arts school, a high school, and I don't know why my mom allowed me to audition because she didn't let me go. I don't like if you weren't going to let me go in the first place, why would you allow me to audition? I think she maybe she didn't think very highly of me. Because I find that she definitely holds me in high esteem as far as my smarts go, like my intellect goes. She's always thought that I was very smart. But um as far as like being social and like social currency, like being pretty and all that stuff, she's not very helpful for that. If you like the traditional mother-daughter relationship that I see depicted on TV, I never had that with my mom. Um, I remember her taking me shopping twice. Um, and she would only take me shopping after I got skinny. Like we would go shopping like at the thrift store, like, but she wasn't like shopping with me. Like I would just pick out the stuff that I want. So I do have like a very distinct sense of style because I was kind of thrown to the wolves as far as style goes as a kid, very early. But my mom was is not very supportive of um I don't know, being pretty, feeling pretty, being supportive of um like I remember she called me stunning once. She called me stunning like 2 years ago, and it took me entirely out. I was like, my entire life I thought you thought I was an ugly kid. Like I've always thought you thought I was ugly. But yeah, I've always been like really shy from like as far as I can remember. I like when I was a kid, I was extremely shy and painfully so, and to the point where like it would frustrate me. And I think a lot of people that end up with major social issues, um, like a lot of like incels and school shooters, I feel like my experience is pretty similar to that as a kid. But I decided like I'm not going to continue being this way because this is painful and it sucks. Every part of this experience sucks. Um, because I grew up with like around a lot of white kids, and my best friends were like kind of really emotionally and mentally disturbed white boys. Like, and so I had like the phase where I was really into serial killers and school shooters and all that stuff, and like fucking hated people. And I still hate people, but I don't look at people like ants anymore. I was just sitting in the back of the class watching my hot English language teacher. Great. Yeah, that's another facet of experience, like where I definitely did not feel really connected to my peers, but I also didn't feel connected to the people, like the older people around me. I don't think I've ever thought like a teacher was attractive, but I could definitely see like if you're not connecting with the people around you, if you're not connecting with the other kids, like that's the only other people that are around are teachers. And so I could definitely see like instead of crushing on kids, crushing on the older element. Especially because they have their shit together. Or seemingly have their shit together. Much more than a kid would. Yeah, no. I decided like I can't continue being this way. Because it only contributes to my unhappiness. And I eventually want to live a life where I'm happy. And that doesn't necessarily include being around other people, but I should be at least able to speak to them. Okay, I was making sure this was on. Yeah, crushing on teachers, I could see. I could definitely see. I just never did. They gave me this. Is it a laser? How do I turn this on? Is it a flashlight? What? What is this? This is like a free thing that came with my glasses. Yeah, exactly. Because like schizoids are old people. We're all old people. We're very old souls trapped in these young bodies. So we definitely gravitate towards older people. And like I would hang out with my teachers and like I would help like grade papers and stuff and like help them get stuff done. That was my thing because like I did not have friends as a kid. I had like one best friend and he did not go to school with me. He was a year younger than me and lived like a few cities over. And so we would hang out every week, but like at school, like I had one friend at school that like we were really really good friends to the point where like we also hung out with my friend that lives cities over, and they became friends and would hang out with each other when I wasn't around. Um, and then she became a Trump guy and um unfriended me. And so I was like, okay, well, and I didn't even notice. At first I was like a little bit mad. Hey Alex, tardy to the party. Yeah, no, it's fine. I didn't let anybody know. I've been really bad about letting people know because I don't want to give the expectation that I'm going to do a live and then not do it because I don't feel like it. Yeah, I went to the store and I was gonna make, I'm not sure what I'm gonna make. I actually need to look that up. I need to look up a recipe. I got fish I got tilapia and salmon and chicken thighs. And I was going to marinate something and make something. I have bok choy in the refrigerator and cabbage and broccoli. I might make broccoli. Dig is really, really simple. And I don't eat, so I don't really make food for myself. Oh, you would just ask questions, like just inundate people with all the questions. Yeah, I did not feel comfortable asking people questions. I was definitely curious, but I wouldn't. I'm not asking questions because I feel like I don't know. I felt like a burden to people as a kid, and no one made. They didn't really go out of their way not to make me feel like I was. So maybe I was. What was I talking about? I sure don't remember. I didn't have a lot of friends as a kid, and so I hung out with my teachers. And I got like I remember in eighth grade, I got a whole bunch of awards at the end of the year. And the first time I went up to get an award, like I had my hair in a ponytail and I had taken it down because it like started to hurt a little bit. And then I got called up for another award, and so I came up with a different hairstyle. And then I decided, like after that, I'm gonna have my hair in different hairstyles every time I come up. And I ended up getting called up like 5 times. And for each picture that when I went up, I had my hair in a different hairstyle. And my mom was like, you're ridiculous. You can destroy a person with a question. You absolutely can. If they're not in a good place, yeah, you can fuck up somebody's life. Like having somebody have to think about something, especially something like, of course, you have the things where you actively know this is a problem for you and you've decided to ignore it. There's definitely those things. But it's the things that you don't know are a problem for you that now that I have to think about it, it's like, oh shit, I have to consider my entire fucking life. You might have just fucked up my entire life with just one single question. Wow, you tried to email me over the weekend. Wow. What K-pop do you know what group it was? Because I probably know the group if they I mean if they're doing tours in the United States, I know the group. Let's see. K-pop shows. These are like small shows. Who's on tour right now? Groups on tour. 80s finished their tour like a month ago. Is on tour. On and Off is on tour. Who else? Or at least I think they were in, was it New York recently? DKB, maybe? A small venue and audience. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's fine. I just like to get to the bottom of shit, but it's fine because I go to the small venue things. The last group that I went to see at a small venue was VAV, and it was small, small. It was super small, and it was super intimate. It was amazing, amazing. Like it was one of those venues where like you have the stage, of course, and then like the floor space, and then the it's not really an arena. It's just like seats. That's how small it was. Um, it was awesome. They're awesome. I mean, I did have like an existential crisis, but like anytime I go out of the house, anytime I leave, I'm going to have an existential crisis because I'm going to have like something that happens to me that I have to think about for hours at a time and think about into ad nauseum. My opinion on Taylor Swift, I don't listen to Taylor Swift. I don't dislike her actively. Um I do think it's weird that people are like talking about how great a person she is when like I do believe there's no such thing as like an ethical billionaire. There's that doesn't exist. And so I think people do give her a lot more credit than she deserves. But I think just as a rich person, I don't think it really has anything to do with her personality or anything. It's just I don't trust rich people. Yeah, I'm definitely not a Swiftie. Like I don't even really know much of her music. Um Not to say like I don't look down on anybody who listens to her, but I am not a fan, I will say. What the fuck? What is this? Okay. I need to look up a recipe. Should I do fish? I did chicken yesterday. So I'll put the chicken in the freezer and we'll do tilapia. I'm my own fan, right? I'm trying to be at least because at least on this channel, I think it's like that's the one thing that I hammer home kind of a lot is that I do not like myself. And uh I'm trying to. That shit is fucking hard. I didn't want to say I didn't want to say vacuous. I didn't want to say like she's because she's a person and people have depth. People like it's more than what we see. Um, but I don't know like what kind of conversation I would have with her. Um, I'm certain because like any person that you meet, they have something valuable to offer to you. It's whether or not you're able to see it. But it might take me a little longer to see it. What do I love to do most? Um, like hobbies. I don't. Okay, so I do have hobbies. I do have things that I do, but I'm like in the middle of like the way my mental health is set up right now. Not great. Like I do a lot of smiling, I do a lot of laughing, um, but that's to hide the fact that I am in constant agony. Um, and so I have like when you do one of those depression questionnaires, it's like, do you do the things that you love? Have you found that you don't do the things that you enjoy doing? That's high on the fucking list. I don't do shit. Um, Exercise is one thing that I do that I enjoy, but I do it more because I need to. Um, it's less a hobby and more a necessary activity. It's as necessary to me as eating. Yeah, I do cook. That's another thing that's kind of a job. It's an occupation. Because I cook for Dig, and um, I don't really eat. I don't have a great relationship with food, so I do cook though, and that's like a thing that I feel like is a part of anorexia, where like cooking is real fun. You enjoy cooking, you do a lot of cooking, but not a lot of eating. I do like writing. I do. You're right, Alex, and I haven't been doing it. Um, it brings me a fair amount of peace, and I've found that I've had a hard time not just concentrating, but like sitting down long enough to coalesce my thoughts into anything. And that's why I've been doing lives more often, because this gets me to like actively do something. Um, because I've had a hard time, and it makes me feel like I'm being lazy. And I know it's not that I'm being lazy. I'm just literally incapable. I have like no executive function. Um, but I really want to do the video on the DSM, and I had started to do like research for it, and I ended up fucking on Instagram. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? How did I even end up here? What was I doing that I decided I'm just gonna not do the shit that I set out to do today? I like it's kind of frustrating. I feel like it's just ADHD. It's just but I'm not used to like waking up in a delirium not knowing that what was I doing and how did I get here? I enjoy summer more. I do like the fall time, especially like in the South, because fall is just an extension of summer here. So like we're in, what is it? False fall right now. So like the way that it goes is spring is pretty cold. It stays cold after winter. Then into summer, and summer starts, I would say like the summer temperatures start in the end of like the middle of March, where it's hot outside. It'll be like 80 degrees. Um, but we also had snow, which is really fucking weird. But yeah, March is starting to get hotter. And then we have like the scorching ass fucking summer. But then at the end of August, you'll have a time where it gets cool for a little bit. And it's the weirdest shit. And I think it's probably something similar to like also related to hurricane season, because June, July is hurricane season, and July is like when they start to hit, and then August they hit. So like I want to say there's a hurricane touching down in Texas soon, either today or tomorrow. Um, and so we're right now in false fall, and it'll get hot again, and then it'll get fall. But yeah, I like the summer because I don't like being cold. I hate being cold, and I'm always cold. I have this heated blanket that I always sleep with. I always use it every night because I'm always cold. My circulation is really bad. And so I'm not really good at regulating my temperature. And so I do like the fall time because I like the ambiance, but I prefer summer weather. Is it tornadoes? I thought it was a hurricane. It's tornado. Yeah, no, I can understand like preferring the cold because you can always not be cold. Like you just put on more clothes and not be cold. It's a lot more, it's less difficult to acclimate to the cold. And I don't know, like some of the activities you do in the cold are really fucking fun. Um, I just love being hot. And Dig has a problem where he's hot all the time, like super duper hot, where like I'll touch his hand and I'm like, you're hot. You're actively radiating heat. He'll go outside when it's like cold outside and you can see like the waves coming off his head. He'll be hot. And it's wild because like I could never. Yeah, and in Texas, y'all be getting hit by everything. Everything. You'll have heat waves, you'll have freezes, you have tornadoes, you have hurricanes. Like, y'all get earthquakes? I would suspect so. Do you get like I would also expect you probably get a lot of not a lot of flooding, but there are pockets of places where there's flooding because your zoning is fucking weird. And like people don't give a fuck where they put stuff. Signs of schizoid. Issues relating to people socially. Feeling more comfortable being alone. It's very similar to autism, but less of the hyperfixation. I mean, there's still some hyperfixation. Less of the less of the intellectual uh, issues. I won't say like disabilities, 'cause it's not really disability, but like some of the issues that are associated with autism, like some of like ADHD issues and inability to like speak, stuff like that. Like that's not schizoid. Schizoid is more just issues connecting to other people, and that which causes you to feel like kind of wispy and far from the world. And so there's some dissociation associated with it. Um, yeah. And I don't know if it's entirely nature or nurture. I don't think anything ever is, but it seems like there's a lot of nurture where you have like the genetic predisposition and then your environment very much shapes how you end up. Yeah, not everyone's schizoid, but like that's my channel was, I mean, that's the people I would suspect I might attract just because I am. And the experience that I talk about is from the perspective of a schizoid person. And so the people that connect to the stuff that I talk about could be schizoid. So you would have a higher percentage of schizoid people here just because that's what we do here. Yeah, a lot of people with schizoid, a lot of people with autism, definitely some people that have some struggles with depression, I would probably wager. Um, just people that have perhaps just a harder time connecting with people and feeling like any of this shit matters. But then there's also people that are here because I fucking made a video about K-pop, or I um had a video where I was sitting outside with my fucking my mister going. People really liked that video for whatever reason. I literally was just sitting outside. I think it was Labor Day, and I got a lot of people that were like super into that video. So like I guess maybe titties. So there's some people that are here for titties. And then also like because I do talk about titties. There's a lot of people LGBT people, which like that also includes Anna. So yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely liking nature, being in nature, liking animals more than people. Those are definitely associated with schizoid. And so it's I mean, you could be a person that just enjoys their own company. It's when it becomes detrimental to your everyday life that it's categorized as a disorder. And it's difficult in diagnosing schizoid people because we don't see our inability to connect to other people as a problem. And so it doesn't really affect our lives, but it does. And it's difficult for us to see that if we're not in the position to kind of see it from like above. Like you kind of need to change in perspective to understand that being schizoid doesn't necessarily, it's not helpful to existing. But it can feel very much like we're just not designed to exist in the world. And like fuck the world then. Why do you assume Alex is a party person? Daily party Alex. So Alex is very much into music. He's a music guy. Fuck the world. I don't think there's enough lube. Let me get my recipe going. Tilapia. Tilapia. I didn't get any lemons. I could have done that. Could have done like a baked lemon. Also, Dig is what is the word? Lactose intolerant. And so he can't eat cheese, and I fucking love cheese. I fucking love cheese. Yeah, I think Alex is mostly just here chilling. I don't. Do you have stuff on? Like, you have videos on your YouTube? I don't think you do. I could do blackened tilapia. That might be it. That might be the game. Because then I don't have to super marinate it. Because it's 4:14, and he gets off at 4:30. It takes him like an hour to get here. Touring tech for 80s bands. That's so cool. That is so fucking cool. Because I bet you have like so like just crazy motherfucking stories. I bet you have like some wild stories and then like some just really cool experiences that you've had. Because the 80s were fucking wild. Those were different times. That's interesting. Anna, that's interesting. That you were like a really sociable kid. And then when you hit 12, shit just shit. Did you start puberty around that time? Because like I actually do have a similar experience. I think I talked about it last time I was live where my mom would compare me to Dexter. And it was because when I hit like high school age, maybe 11, maybe a little bit before that, she started putting me in therapy. She started me in therapy when I was like 11. And I think it's because she saw something wrong. She didn't tell me what it was, but over time she noticed like I was weird socially, that like I wouldn't say hi to people when I entered a room, like stuff like that, like small stuff. Um, she would get on me for. Like those are the things I remember, but I don't know the exact issue that she saw when I was that young that she decided to put me in therapy. But I do know she thought that it was weird that I spent so much time by myself. Yeah. Yeah, I would suspect a lot of the artists that you traveled with were they're around before I was born, which is cool. That's like it's just fucking wild to think like the world existed before I existed. And like to think about that sometimes is like mind blowing to me. I don't know why. That's just fucking wild. Because the world just keeps going, and it's a little bit like entirely daunting. Oh, you don't think your puberty affected you much? That's interesting. Yeah, I started my periods at 9, and I was definitely very much affected. Yeah, I started having migraines. Um, longer first my first migraine was when I was 9, and I went to school, and I was so sick. I just remember I was ridiculously sick, and we were in art class, and I remember before I left the house that I had like I couldn't see out of my eye, and so I splashed water in my eye, thinking like maybe there was something in it, and it didn't do anything, and it eventually just went away. And so I was on the bus and I was fine, and then my head started to hurt real bad, and the doctor thought it was sinus headaches, and it was not. You're like Mensa? Is that what you're saying, Alex? Like you're a member of Mensa? Holy shit. That's wild. Why have you never told me that? That's fucking crazy. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Like because it's cool like just to know like a member of Mensa, but like also to it's the implications of your parents deciding to have you tested. That's interesting. Like were your parents are your parents like psychologists or like what? I kind of like that's just really interesting. Just to know about your like how you grew up. Oh, Mensa is it's like a society for people with very high IQs. It's like a group and you have to test into it because of course you have to take an IQ test. And I'm not sure how high it has to be. Is it over 135? I'm not sure. But like you have to have a high IQ to be in Mensa. Let's see. Mensa. Oh, over 130. Yeah, the only IQ test I ever took, I got 133 in like the end of high school, no, beginning of high school, where they had like somebody come in and I don't even know if it was like an official IQ test, so I wouldn't even use it as like, oop, oh, you retracted it. Okay. I wouldn't use that as my basis. I would probably like just take another one. But I feel like I've dropped so many fucking points because I feel like dumb as fuck, to be honest. Christopher Langan? I have no idea who that is. Let's see. Oh, well, yeah, probably. If he's the world's smartest man. Yeah, he's definitely. He might even like not even give a shit about Mensa. Ooh, let's see. Mensa. Because I could see somebody like that's like the smartest person, or like just someone that's like incredibly smart, not caring about being an official member of Mensa. Yeah, his IQ is 190. That's fucking insane. Like literally, like I feel like at some point you're just fucking insane. Ah, they took you to psychologist because you're really quick at your schoolwork. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what I was talking about, Anna. Like I could see a person being like so genius that like how people measure genius does not matter to them. And it's really weird how much weight we put on like linguistic intelligence. Is it linguistic? Because I mean, there's 7 different types of intelligences, and I feel like musical, like math intelligence, and like analytical, like just philosophy. I don't. Let's look up the types of intelligences. But I feel like some of them get a lot more shine than others. Spatial ability, interpersonal, kinesthetic. Oh, there's a bunch on here. Linguistics, emotional. Yeah, I've seen emotional intelligence. Well, what are the main ones that we like use in criteria? So it looks like there's 12. Logical. That's what I was trying to say. Logical. So logical and mathematical are saying like they're paired. Yeah, last I took a class, there was only 7, but it seems like there's 12 now. What's the difference between spatial and body? Oh, visual. Okay, so we have visual spatial intelligence, linguistic intelligence, logical and mathematical intelligence, like bodily intelligence. So like you're just really good at moving like with fine motor and gross motor movements. So like athletes, dancers, surgeons. Musical intelligence, intrapersonal intelligence. So interpersonal is let's see, they're called smart people. They can understand human motives, emotions, fantasies, and interpersonal is more like yourself. Um, they understand skills, their skills, motivations, intentions, very self-aware. Naturalist intelligence, they're good with flora and fauna. So just having a green thumb, I guess. And so those that's not 12. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's 8. What do you mean? So at least for this, it's saying, well, I only read 8. And the Wikipedia has 8. So like since I was a kid, they added one more. What is the last one that they added? Naturalistic, I want to say, is not one that I remember being one. But I feel like we as a society put way too much um credence, way too much um we focus too much on logical, mathematical intelligence and linguistic intelligence when that is not the only intelligence that someone can have. And we don't really see bodily intelligence as an intelligence, but it definitely is. Like we see it as someone's very talented, they're very skilled, um, and we'll look at a surgeon and say they're very intelligent, but we don't really associate like their ability to command their body. What I'm trying to get at is we don't look at athletes as intelligent. We don't, just straight up. And I don't want to say it's because the majority of them are black, but um, it doesn't look great. I mean, not the majority of them, but like like the superstar athletes, especially in the United States, we don't look at them as being intelligent. We look at them as being very skilled and talented and born with some certain amount of an ability that has been honed over time. And so they're very hardworking and motivated, and that's the only thing they can do. I feel like there's like a little bit of like this undercurrent of racism associated with intelligence and athleticism when it comes to basketball, football, um, especially because there is a degree of genetic engineering that occurred during slavery, I would suspect. And I hate to say that like we're beneficiaries of it because I'd rather just be a regular fucking person and not be considered a second class citizen. I think I'd rather that. Let's see what y'all said. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, you're naming members of Mensa. Quentin Tarantino. That I could see that. What is outside of just being really smart? What is Christopher Langan known for? Because I don't know. I've seen the name before, but I actually don't know what he does. He's a horse rancher. Oh, he's also known for supporting Trump. I mean, we can't all be geniuses. He looks buff as shit in this picture. Was he like a bodybuilder? Hmm. Yeah, I'm seeing like they have a timeline of his life. Um, so apparently he was speaking at 6 months old, and he at 5 asked his grandfather what the experience of God was, and was disappointed with the answer he got. Which like I feel like a lot of people have that exact same experience, and sometimes that age is younger than that. Ah, you marry somebody that plays chess professionally. Yeah, I never got into chess. I feel like it's probably really good for problem solving. I mean, like really just accruing experiences is good for your mind. Just becoming proficient at anything, I think, is always an exercise in building yourself up as a person and becoming more diverse in your understanding of the world. Why don't you play chess anymore? Did you enjoy it? Holy shit. Are have you taken an IQ test, Anna? That's insane. You're a candidate for a master's degree at 15. That's such a fucking schizoid experience too. When I think about it. Like being this like insanely smart and like having all these accolades and shit, and you're just like, nah, nah. I very much I had a similar trajectory. Alex, your daughter? I didn't even know you had a daughter. She plays chess. It was ranked in high school. Wow. Y'all just out here playing chess. Like I actually never learned. I thought it was really interesting. Like as a kid, I thought it was like that's what smart people do. Anna, you're being too modest. You're definitely smart. And you definitely were smart like back then. But it's easy to feel like you're not when you're deficient like in other places. Because like my social IQ is low as fuck. But I have a fairly high emotional IQ. Like when it comes to like giving people advice about stuff to do as far as like things that are going on in their life. Because I do experience like while empathy isn't super high on like my abilities, I do have a fair amount of cognitive empathy and I exercise that a fair amount. Yeah, I'm very it's I mean, I think it's just a matter of seeing somebody in a situation that you would not want to be in and thinking about what you would do in that situation. Because like we're always thinking. And so it's just a series of hypotheticals that you kind of go through in your head and realize, oh shit, they're probably not having a great time. This is what I would want someone to do for me. It doesn't seem like particularly difficult to do, but it seems like that's a thing that naturally comes to a lot of neurotypical people. Like empathy, like people that talk about being empaths, because that's a fucking thing. People are like super into like, I'm an empath and I can just seek out all these narcissists and I can, gray rock them until the cows come home. But like it's so bizarre to run into empaths and like people that say that they're empathic and they're very, you know, they can feel other people's feelings and they're so embroiled in this emotional experience. And to be schizoid and not experience that and still go out of your way to do it, I feel like that's a lot more powerful than it coming naturally to you. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, because like having a like the small intimate group of friends, I feel like it gets slept on by a lot of people. Especially when I was growing up, people were like, you need to have as many friends as possible because that's how you're gonna feel good. Um, and I think we've like as a society have like come away from that a little bit, but we're still very much people centered. We like you have to have like the security net. You have to have people in your life all the time. Otherwise, you'll fucking die. But I feel like having a small circle just makes your life a lot simpler. Yeah. Yeah. I would suspect, yeah, she's probably immense in material, especially because there's a genetic component to intelligence as well. And she's got a genius dad. The fuck? These look like they're tinted, don't they? Like a little bit? Or am I tripping? Where are my other ones? Or maybe it's the light? I mean, these are definitely tinted. These also feel like they're tinted, though. This has me fucked up because I feel like they're... Because I can't tell that they're tinted. But they seem like they are. But maybe it's the light. Let me... Oop, did not mean to do that. God damn it. The mode. There we go. It still seems like it's a little bit tinted. With the blue light, it's a little less looking like that. Yeah, I'll have to take a picture like while, because like my room is dark otherwise. Maybe if I'm in natural light, I can tell a little bit better. I'm just being honest, Alex. That's literally the reality. Is being a Mensa like a lifetime thing? Do you have to like, is there stuff that you have to do to maintain your membership? Thank you. Yeah, no, I have a lot of glasses. I have too many. Like, because every time I get new glasses, I feel like I don't want to throw away my old ones. And so I don't know where to go to donate them. Like my old frames, because like they're still really nice. They're still in really good condition because I take care of my stuff. I have a lot of glasses. And I do have some outlandish ones. I have a pair with like where one's a circle and one's a square. And I thought I was gonna like it, but I don't. They're not cute, and I think it's because the frame is too small. Let me see if I can find them. I think they're over here. Yeah, they're really dirty because I haven't worn them in a really long time. Oh, okay. Okay, that's not that bad. So you don't have to like pay dues and do whole bunch of bullshit. I mean, I'm sure there's like levels of membership. So if you wanted to do that, you could. Or like if they have events and stuff. Oh my god, I hate these glasses so much. But yeah, I think if they were bigger, I would like them. But I don't think they're me. And maybe I should have got them in black. Or maybe like just a darker color. Or if they had them in like a metal frame. Like a thin metal frame, that might be better. Because maybe it's just the lines. They're too distinct. But I fucks with these heavily. I love these. And I didn't think I was gonna like, because I feel like they're like kind of girly. But I like them a lot. I like them a lot. And I like the stars because they remind me of Sunghua. I'm disgusting. I'm a fucking simp. Okay. I'm going to start foodstuffs. Go. My husband's at work. He gets off at 4:30, and it is currently 4:43. So he's probably off and commuting now. I'll put this in the refrigerator for now. 'Cause I like to, when I get like a whole bunch of meat, I like to separate it out so that I don't have to thaw the once and then put like the parts that I don't use back in the freezer. This is too dark. I really don't feel like getting my whole like setup in like. Where could I put this? Here. There we go. I would make some jasmine rice. I totally would. Because I love jasmine rice. Dig does not like jasmine rice. And, can I not turn this light off? I can't turn this light off. Yeah, Dig doesn't like jasmine rice. He doesn't like anything that tastes like stuff. He likes stuff that's like sweet, salty, and fatty. Like those are the foods that he kind of grew up with, like soul food, which like can be very flavorful. But he also has like a really simple palate. You're not one of those. We'll do this. We'll get a flat surface, something flat, and then put the phone on that. I don't like to be super. I like to play a little close to the vest as far as where I live, like the state that I live in. So I don't like telling people exactly where I'm at. Though it's actually not super hard to figure it out if you look. What am I looking for? Scissors. I can never find fucking anything in this house. Anything. Never. It's so goddamn annoying. Because my father-in-law is always changing where he puts stuff. I can't find any fucking scissors, ever. And I've literally bought 3 pairs of scissors. Like shears, like kitchen shears. Don't know where the fuck they are. Here's a broken pair. We're gonna try that first. Schizoid scissors. I should probably wash my hands. But yeah, I cook like literally every day. And so it becomes real fucking easy to get it done. Like, especially, like, because at first, when I, like, first started cooking, I wasn't good at, time management, like, figuring out what time to start this so that, like, we'll have, like, 3 different things. What time to start each thing so that we finish all at the same time and that I don't have to reheat anything. I've gotten really good at that shit. Gotten really good at that. And the fish is going to take, like, 2 seconds to cook. And then I have rice from yesterday that I'm just going to reheat. And then broccoli. Oh yeah, I wanted to do. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to do Mongolian beef. That's like one of my favorite things to make. I like making Chinese food, like Chinese takeout. It's so good. It's super easy to do. Yeah, I wanted to do that, but I forgot to get the meat that I needed from the store. So I need to get a flank steak. Is sushi a schizoid meal? I mean, it's raw. And the flavors are very subdued. And for some people, it's kind of an acquired taste, I would definitely say. Like, my parents refuse to eat it. But I think that's like kind of a cultural thing, like a holdout from being treated like second-class citizens. Because like growing up, my parents would get meat, and the meat from like their store would not be in good condition, and so they had to cook it into submission. And that's entirely born of racism. So I understand how like older generations of people of color might see like a steak that's actually cooked, like cooked for real, like how it should be cooked, and thinking like, that's not well done. I'm not going to eat that. But like a medium steak is totally fine to eat. You're not going to die. And the liquid that's coming out, that's not blood. It does require like the amount of chemistry that I have like seen in cooking as I've like gotten better at it is astounding. Like, it's crazy. And it's crazier to learn the concepts, like, because I took like 4 different chemistries in college. It's crazy to learn the concepts before like actually knowing how to cook. So do you Alex, do you eat like, do you avoid raw fish? Or is it like the texture of sashimi that you don't like? Like, are you a California rolls type dude? Let's see, I'll do some. Cause I fucking I love sushi. I love any type of sushi. I don't think like maybe eel sometimes when it's not prepared super duper well. I'm not a super fan of eel, but when it's good, I'm fine with it. I like scallop sushi. I had scallop sushi for the first time like earlier. Is it this year? No, it was last year. It was my brother's birthday. We went to a revolving sushi restaurant. That was fun as fuck. And we actually have a revolving one near us, like, because my brother lives like 40 minutes away. Actually, I didn't realize it was scrolling. I do like cooking. But I feel like when I cook for Dig, I kind of get stuck into like a rut of really boring flavors. I like adventure. I like to try new stuff, and he does not so much. And so I don't enjoy cooking the same thing over and over again. And invariably, I do end up doing that when I cook for Dig. Okay, okay, I got you, Alex. I love tuna. I love like I really like salmon, but I feel like tuna gets slept on. Tuna is really good. Because salmon's like pretty. It's really pretty to look at, and it tastes really good. It's really mellow. Tuna's a bit more fishy when it's raw, but I love tuna sashimi. Trying new things is really that's a thing that like I don't know why that is. It's weird. I'd rather try something new than do something super familiar. Um, I definitely seek out novelty. And that's part of the reason why when I go to the store, I'm always fucking sad because like the things that I like are always limited time only because I always try like if I see something that's limited time only, I'm gonna try it and then fall in love with it and never be able to get it again because it's limited time only or it'll be canceled. Um, so yeah, I am definitely novelty seeking while being schizoid because being schizoid like you very much like order and I do enjoy order. I just want to have a new experience every time I try something. Like especially with food, I like having new experiences with food. I like having new experiences with exercise. Like going on a trail. If I'm walking on a trail and I see somewhere where like I could go off the beaten path and like walk over there, it looks like a tiny other little trail. I'm going to go to that tiny other little trail. Yeah, new stuff is difficult. It is difficult. And I think that's part of me that I'm always bored. And so that's a place where I feel comfortable taking on a challenge is in just having a new experience. I love having new experiences because you're never disappointed because you don't really have an expectation of how that experience is going to go. And I kind of hate being disappointed. So I'd rather just have a series of a whole bunch of new experiences than familiar ones because I am easily bored. I am easily disappointed. Let's see. You know, I could see a new experience being like just fucking overload. But I tend to live in the moment with a new experience while I get in my head with an old one. Like, and I'll remember how the old one went and reflect. Because, like, every time I have a new experience, I reflect upon it and have, like, you know, the series of emotions and thoughts and feelings that I have associated with that experience. And I feel like I'll need to replicate that. Or I'll need to do better than last time. And so I'm stuck in thinking about last time every time I do every time I do an experience that I had before again. That makes sense. And so like when I went to the AT's concert, I was really worried that I was going to have a bad experience because my last experience at a concert wasn't great. But I did High Touch and Fan Meet. And that was a new experience that freaked me the fuck out because I wasn't expecting it. And so when I'm not expecting something, that does cause an overload for me. I had like a super autistic shutdown and I embarrassed myself in front of these dudes. It was pretty bad. And so I was thinking about that horrible experience that I had and thinking like, well, this next one, I can't allow that to happen again. And so it'll take away from the experience if I focus too much on the last time I did it. And so I have to think about every experience I have as a new one. It's too much. Let me rest. Oh. Let's see. What did I come in here for? Oh, my iPad. My tablet. Oh, fuck. I have an iPad, but I stopped using Apple stuff. And apparently when you stop using Apple stuff, you no longer can use your account eventually. And so I can't use my tablet, my iPad, like at all because it won't let me log in because it's so old I can't update it. And it requires an update in order to do anything. So I can't get my stuff off of it. It's actually kind of a fucking problem. Yeah, I'm good on Mac. I'm done. I'm done with Mac. Bookmarks, mobile, recipes. Let's go. I'm gonna do tilapia cotta. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's the stuff I made with the capers in it. I got capers for the first time. Those are salty as fuck. I got them because it was a recipe that called for what was it? Something salty, but I can't remember what it was. But something that you could use as a substitute was olives or capers, and so I decided to use capers because I had never tried capers before because of course I have to novel experiences. Dude, my mac and cheese, if I could make y'all some mac and cheese, I love making mac and cheese. That's like one thing where like I could do that not every day, but I could make a mac and cheese like every week and be happy doing that. I love cheese. It's kind of disgusting. Yeah, I make baked mac and cheese. Like it's a hybrid of baked and skillet mac and cheese. Where like I combine the ingredients in a way that would be traditionally skillet mac and cheese, but I bake it and put like an egg. I don't put the right amount of eggs in it because I don't like my mac and cheese to come out like a block. I want it to be melty, but I also don't want to cook it on the stove because I don't have a container big enough to cook the amount of mac and cheese that I want to make. Because I make like 10 pounds of mac and cheese at a time. Because it's usually for like Christmas or Thanksgiving. I should make y'all mac and cheese and like mail it to you. I feel like I could do that. I feel like I could do that. I love mac and cheese. And I love sharing, like I love sharing food because I don't really eat it. So I like giving my food away. Let's do, we're gonna do this one. It's lemon pepper and garlic salt and dried basil. Yeah, that's easy. So it's pan fried tilapia. That's what I'm doing. I didn't buy any lemons though. It looks so much prettier with a lemon, but Dig doesn't really like lemons like that. Uncultured swine. Yeah, oh my god. Listen. The amount of cheese that I use in my mac and cheese is criminal. Typically, when I make it, it weighs like 10 pounds. Literally, the pan weighs 10 pounds. And I use 7 pounds of cheese. And then maybe like 2 pounds of macaroni. Because like that's what the box says. 2 pounds of macaroni. And then like the rest of the ingredients makes it another pound. And it's beautiful. It's fucking glorious. That's one thing that like I feel like I couldn't eat mac and cheese every day. I could eat rice every day. I do like rice like that. I like kimchi like that. I do eat kimchi pretty much every day because it's really good for your digestion too. Okay. I feel like a little bit ridiculous, like because I did at the beginning of his channel, Schizoid Inks. He did like we did communicate, and I'm on the Discord, but I don't do people like I don't really communicate a whole lot with other people, and I just have a hard time maintaining um that relationship. And so I am on the server, but I don't talk to anybody. Um, and I'm really bad about it. And I did do videos with him to begin with, but I'm really bad about peopling. And what he's doing, he's like actually delving into the experience of schizoid, and it makes me feel like I'm being disingenuous and inauthentic because I'm not a part of it. But I feel like also a part of being schizoid is like not interacting with other people, and that I don't do interactions with other people super duper well. And so I feel like I'm not helping. I'm not being of service, and like that's something that I try to do, but it's not something that's like super within my power at the moment because I peopling is not my fucking thing. And it also makes me feel like I'm being inauthentic because I am not like your typical schizoid person, um, where I I mask hard, and I mask pretty normal. Like to most people, that I don't tell that I'm schizoid, they wouldn't know. No one would fucking know. And so when people from Schizoid Inks come to my channel and they're seeing like this kind of, I'm not like boisterous and like flamboyant, but like I am, I look like a neurotypical person. I present myself like a neurotypical person. I mean, I have like weird interests in like eccentricities and stuff, but I think for the most part, how I present myself isn't in line with the schizoid experience. Because like I kind of do want to get better at being around people because they're not fucking going anywhere, and I'm going to continue needing. Yeah, I do mask while I do my streams. I mask literally 24/7. I mask with myself when I talk to myself. When I the times I don't mask, I've tried. Like I have to actually actively try not to mask. When I go to therapy, when I see a therapist, I try not to mask. When I do psychological like tests, I try not to mask. I don't make eye contact very well, but when I'm masking, I make more eye contact. And I even mask when I'm with a therapist, but like psychological exams, I try not to mask at all. And that means I will not look at you in the eye ever, which can make people uncomfortable. Because I saw the what was it, psychometrist, and she noted that I didn't make eye contact the entire time, and the psychologist that I saw, or not yeah, no, he's a psychologist. He noted that, and he noted that I talked about stuff a lot. Like I had one thing that I talked about. He didn't say what it was, but yeah, I definitely do mask while I am really doing anything, because I was conditioned that way, I guess. Like in the way that my mom was like getting you squared away, like the Dexter shit. That was part of it. Was like how you are, who you are, is not palatable to the masses. It's not palatable to regular people, and so you need to be somebody else. Dinner time is probably around 5:30 to 6, maybe like 5:45 to 6:15. I don't. The dig. Hold up, I can't check on here. Give me one sec. Because Dig will tell me when he's on the train. He'll let me know so that I can. He didn't send me anything. So typically I can assume that he hasn't left work if he hasn't sent me a little train emoji. But sometimes he forgets to. And that might be the case right now. that he's forgotten to send me the train emoji. Rice or noodles? What are these smelling like? That smells great. We're doing rice. Yeah, right? By the end of the therapy session, I'm in the fucking psychiatrist chair. Yeah, I find that often, this is a thing that happens to me a lot. I'll be talking to somebody and they'll tell me their entire fucking life story. Does that happen to you? Anna, does that happen to you? Where like they feel extremely comfortable sharing extremely intimate shit about themselves? It's a little bizarre how entirely comfortable I find that people feel with me. And it's happened a lot. It mostly happens with cis men, but it's definitely happened with women and non-gendered folk, such as myself. But it definitely happens with cis men more often. And I think it's just because the patriarchy kind of tells them that they can't talk to each other about their problems, and so they'll find somebody that's not a man to kind of trauma dump on. But you have to find a person that you feel comfortable doing that with, and I feel like a lot of people feel very comfortable doing that with me. Because I'm, I don't know, very accepting. I'm not going to judge you for really anything. Yeah, exactly. Because you're chill. Yeah, and that's, I feel like people subconsciously, like, kind of gravitate towards people that they see as good listeners. Because I don't necessarily think it's always a conscious thing. Because I'll run into a lot of people that are like, I've never done this before. I've never just talked to somebody, like, about my whole fucking life like this before. I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. It happens. Let's see. Ooh. Did not mean to do that. Where are my cups? Ah. Garlic salt, paprika, basil. Garlic salt? We're gonna do garlic powder. And we'll do garlic salt. If I can find the garlic salt, what the fuck? I don't know where it is. Yeah, I don't think it is necessarily good. I think it is a product of people pleasing. And being told that that's what you need to do. Like, if you're not going to be the person talking, then you need to be listening and you need to be good at it. Five fillets. Ooh, I do not have 5. We're going to cut that in half. I mean, if you're tired of serious questions, stop asking them. That's great. Yeah, you're just very contemplative. My favorite type of dinosaur. Growing up, I really liked raptors. I thought they were really cool. And I was like one of those kids that was like super into dinosaurs and knew all the names and stuff. And like I had like little kits. Like it was like a little model kit. I was super into sharks. That ooh, bitch. Listen, I still really like sharks. I was super duper into sharks. Bull shark is my favorite shark from when I was a kid. And I still like bull sharks. Paprika. Cool. What about y'all? I don't even know what that is. Let me look it up. Dimtrodon? Oh, yeah, no, I know exactly. Yes. These guys. Let me pick one. Yeah, I feel that. I like any dinosaur that has like the flap of skin stuff. So like pterodactyls are cool to me. I always like the little toe that raptors have. And it's interesting to think because like I don't know if you guys like see like the memes of what is it called? Do you call it archaeologist memes? I feel like it's not just archaeologists, it's something else. But the people that draw what like speculatively what dinosaurs look like and like how based on how they draw dinosaurs, how something might look like now, like the hippopotamus would look like kind of grotesque when it actually doesn't. It's like a ball of fat. I like to think about what did did dinosaurs like? Were they like big fluffy things? Did they have feathers? I feel like they did. And they probably didn't look as monstrous as they're drawn out to be. Yeah, that's the coolest shit ever. And I want to say, what was it? The like, it was like one of those like fun fact things. That trees existed longer than sharks, and that blows me the fuck away every time I think about it. I'm not paprika. We send our modern day dinosaurs to KFC. They are quite delicious, I will say.
Basil. Where's basil? I can never find anything in here, y'all. Never find anything because we have like duplicates of a whole bunch of stuff, and people don't like to put stuff back in the place that they found it. Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely don't appreciate our wildlife. And definitely not our modern day dinosaurs. But they are quite delicious. And they can't help that. What? Oh, we're seasoning it with that stuff. Okay. Let me add some salt because I definitely did not put. I have to use like the special salt. The salt that's not entirely salt for Dig because he's got high blood pressure. We'll do like half. A teaspoon. Okay. That's good. Okay, butter and olive oil. Unbelievable. How do like? What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, I don't understand how like fundamentalists will think like we existed for like a few thousand years and that's it. What do you mean? And that's we were talking about that last time because there's a organization for Christian scientists and like how do you reconcile yourself with that? Like being a fundamentalist Christian scientist? Like how? Okay, let me get. Hang on. Dude, I love these pans. I love pans with the silicone grip because I can put it in the oven. That is so useful. How do they reconcile themselves with existence in general? It just seems like it hurts. Seems very uncomfortable. I'm not gonna say like come to the dark side, but like maybe just turn some of the lights off. It very much feels like an oxymoron. Balcon is a Christian scientist? I did not know that. He's got a very large face. Where's my spray bottle? What the fuck is that? This has been a godsend. It's just like oil. I think it's like canola oil. But like having a spray bottle version. Because like sometimes when you're making stuff, you don't want to like coat it in oil. You just want to have a little sheen of it so that you can get seasoning to stick to it. A godsend. Science be praised. You're right. We need more butter. No, we need some avocado oil. I love avocado oil. I hadn't used it because it's expensive as fuck, and they weren't really selling them in the store, like in the grocery store. But now they have like several types that they sell at the grocery store. And I love that it has a high smoke point. It makes life a lot easier because olive oil is not always the way. Okay. Let's flip these babies over. God, that was almost a fucking nightmare. I almost flipped it over and like everything fell off. Like flipped it over onto the floor. Butter is fucking great. Listen. You decided you were an atheist at 5? Damn. Let's see. When watching the funeral procession, everyone was crossing. Everyone crossing everywhere. Yeah, no, it looks a little ridiculous to see people doing, like, rituals just can be very ridiculous. When you take a step back from it, I think a lot of people of faith, when they look at other people's rituals and they call them ridiculous, they don't realize, like, that's what we're saying to y'all. Like, that's what we're thinking about y'all. And the audacity to think that your, I'm not gonna say imaginary friend, but like, I mean, your series of like fucking made up shit is more important than someone else's series of made up shit. That's fucking wild. Because, like, I definitely see the importance of it. I definitely see that, like, it helps people to reconcile themselves with death and all of the facts of life. But, like, we're getting into serious territory again. My bad. There's a cult lights really temple regarding Santa Claus. You should. Wow. Yeah, if you look it up, let me know, because I can't. I'm a little tied up at the moment. Shirley Temple had an amazing life. She was just a very interesting person, like just beyond, you know, being a child star and all like the cute shit. Very deep person. You would never expect. If you never look, you never know. So. I love doing this. It also like just is like the perfect way to get all the flavors incorporated on something. It's just flipping this shit. Okay, now we're gonna steam this.
No, that's I need some stock.
That's one thing that like I keep stocked up that I didn't when I was a kid or like when I lived with my parents. Like having broth and stock at all times is so fucking essential.
Butter and oil.
You said I'm cooking with
Oh no, you're fine.
it.
Yeah, I'm only using the two.
It's just for something my greens I was cooking yesterday. Okay,
Yeah, yeah. It's butter time, y'all. Wow, you said your grandmother witnessed Stalin? It's fucking wild. It's kind of crazy to think like in the future people are gonna be like, you know, Anna, she witnessed Putin. She was around for that shit. We're gonna get this to frying heat. I'm gonna put this in here. Too much. Is it your family has an atheist guide? Is your family atheist? Or is it just like a thing to have, like just to have, like I guess as like research, library purposes, archival purposes? There we go. Also, I'm one of those people that washes their dishes as they cook. Cause I can't fucking stand having to wash dishes. Like, and just having like just a really dirty, messy cooking space. I can't stand it. Drives me up the wall. And Dig is the complete opposite. I can show y'all while I'm cooking. This is the tilapia. And this is the vegetables. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. This is my tea sifter thing. I was using it yesterday because one of my tea bags burnt. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I have to put a little bit of lemon juice in here. There we go. Come on. My brazen spoon. Oh, she's beautiful. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. It smells really good. And I've made it before, but I don't have any lemon. And the lemon, like, kind of elevates it, where it looks like I actually know what the fuck I'm doing. Oh, shit. Stop believing in Santa Claus. I stopped believing in Santa Claus when I was 6. My mother took me to the department store next for my autograph. Woo! That's a powerful ass line. Yeah, no, you're right. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good one. I don't think I have any. I definitely did at some point, but no longer. Yeah, she was a really fascinating lady. Here's the fish. Ooh, that actually looks really good. That looks nice. Okay, let me put this stuff up. Yeah, I can't wait to have my like own kitchen, like my own space to like do what I want in. That would be fucking lit. That's gonna be great. Pretty much everything's done. So I guess let me check my tablet real quick. 'Cause I didn't get a notification while I was talking to y'all, as far as I could see. Yeah, I feel like he forgot to tell me that he got off work. Which has been happening more often these days. Ooh. Oh man, I have this I have a friend who has a bakery, I guess. I mean, they bake. But I don't know if it's not like a brick and mortar bakery, but they bring their baked goods to like a local cafe, and they're really good. They've been like in the newspaper and shit. And so they live in Washington, which is like the other side of the fucking country. And for like almost a year, I've been like, "Hey, could you send me some? Like I'll pay for it. Like I just want to try them because they're vegan." And I've never had a vegan baked good that I was like, you know, feeling like really feeling. And finally got a chance to get some of these cinnamon rolls, and didn't occur to me to ask if there was yeast in them. I mean, there's definitely yeast in them, but like maybe like some vegan version of yeast, because I can't do yeast because my HS will flare up. And I got the cinnamon rolls. It's $100 because to get them shipped here from Washington was like a whole fucking lot. And then the individual rolls themselves are huge. This is like half of one. Yeah, it's not even the whole one. They're huge, and I got 6 of them. So it ended up being $100, and I was a little bit worried because I didn't want to like react to, because I made a reaction video. I didn't want to react to it and like, I don't know, reflect that this isn't worth $100. I didn't want to be like, you know, a fucking asshole. Or like, I didn't want it to be like, I wasn't appreciative, I guess. But they ended up being very good. They were extraordinarily good. Almost, like Dick said, he couldn't tell the difference between that and Cinnabon. And I was like, bitch, the fuck? Are you... I mean, same, but like, I didn't think that it would be that for you. They're very good. Ooh. Ooh, that's so good. I love oolong tea. I make like a huge. Let me show y'all my syrups. Yes, if they could like smell-o-vision the web through the internet. So I have a bunch of different syrups that I put in my teas and stuff. And so I have, what the fuck is that? Oh, my next door neighbor has a dog. If you hear that like loud, high-pitched whistling sound, he has a dog that he's country as fuck and does country shit. So I have peach, kiwi, lychee, coconut, prickly pear. Prickly pear has been the comer up. That's been like one I've been using a lot. Guava's pretty good. I got Dig strawberry because he likes strawberry syrup like on his pancakes. And then ginger's super good. I have a lot. And so I will make a batch of oolong and then put in a little bit of peach and lychee. Those together, oh my god, it is so fucking good. And like a little bit of lemon juice, super good. And it's good for weight management. If you're trying to find like a tea that like is good for not losing weight, but like it has a hunger suppressant in it. Oolong is definitely good for that. Oh Lord, we getting some fucking Nietzsche. Okay. I thought we were being serious. This broccoli still seems like kind of hard. Dig likes his broccoli like cooked into submission. Like almost like practically mush. And I kind of hate my vegetables like that. I like to have like a little bit of snap, crackle, and pop in my vegetables. Especially because like also you're kind of losing all the nutrients when you cook it that hard. Yeah, Nisha is our fucking messiah. Here for the time being. Yeah, these still feel really hard. Maybe I'll take the peppers out and just leave the broccoli by itself. Oh, it tastes fine. Yeah, no, he was not a fucking normie. No, absolutely not. Yeah, you do not have those thoughts and I mean, at least you're not neurotypical. What am I gonna do? Let's do this. Okay, there we go. I have like a bunch of like red and yellow peppers. Can you see that? Oh shit, there we go. Red and yellow peppers that are in here that I don't want to continue cooking. So I'm gonna just separate them out. Hold up. I need 2 hands for this. And then we're just gonna put the broccoli back in and let it steam. Swag. Oh. Yeah, this dude sure did not let me know that he's off work. He is definitely off work right now. Yeah, well, I'll let that go for like 10 minutes. Okay, I don't know why it started off in narrow. Wait. Yeah, I don't know why it started off. So, like, I started off the video wanting to have it. Yeah, it doesn't want me to have it in landscape. It started off in portrait. And so it doesn't like to change it. But I feel like one of my videos I've definitely done a live where it was in landscape. But it did not want to let me do it, like, to start it off in landscape. And so I had to reorient the phone so that it would actually start the live. And that's why it's so fucking narrow. I really don't like portrait. Because also, when I do stuff in portrait, I end up showing my fucking titties. It's happened so many times. And, like, it's not embarrassing to me or anything. But I end up having to go back and, like, I have to delete the live. Well, I have to download the live and then either, like, private or delete it, the original one. And so I don't get any of the original stuff that comes along with that live. Yeah, I'm really bad about flashing tits in my lives because I'm not used to the portrait. That is bothering me so much. Can you hear that whistling sound? That bothers me so fucking much. I have misophonia, and so that's a major problem for me. Like super high pitched noises. It feels like something's burrowing into my brain. But yeah, I'm definitely not used to how, because when you take a selfie, the ratio is not the entire screen of the phone. But when you're doing a live on YouTube, it's the entire fucking screen. And so I'm often naked. I don't like wearing clothes. That is something that we have established. And it's not something that's like a sexual thing. I just don't like wearing clothes. And so when I'm most comfortable, like I'll get comfortable for these lives, I'm not wearing clothes. And like for a lot of my videos, if it looks like I'm not wearing clothes, I'm not wearing clothes. And like it's not something that I'm doing to like be subversive or like tantalizing or anything. I literally just am more comfortable that way. And I've decided like, oh, I'm gonna do a video. Should I put clothes on? I mean, I just won't show my whole body. Like, what the fuck? But also, with that comes the precarious situation of accidentally flashing titty. That does happen. And it's happened a couple times on the channel. Only a couple times. Yeah, on the channel it's happened a couple times. But it's happened kind of a lot with my friends. Like if I'm talking to them in like a group chat, I do flash titty a lot. But I haven't done that in a really long time. But like back when I was doing it, because I'm just naked all the time. And so like I remember showing, I was trying to show my friend something, and I was in the bathroom and there's a mirror that I have that I use to cut my hair. There's a mirror behind me, but there's a mirror on the fucking wall. And so I just flashed myself through the reflection. It was pretty fucking stupid. It was really funny though. A titty church. Yeah. Yeah. A legitimate church. Yes. The Church of Titty. And like all titty is titty's great. Like human bodies are just really like fucking beautiful. Just generally speaking, I just like they're kind of works of art. And I really don't think we take a lot of time out to reflect upon that, because the way that we like society in general sees bodies is like really fucking obscene. And I don't know, like the way that our bodies work is kind of just fucking phenomenal, mind-blowing. And I think if we came to like socially, if we looked at bodies the way that we do, like If we looked at bodies the way that we looked at art, we would not we wouldn't have as many issues with like blaming rape victims for dressing like that, or talking about people being ugly and having, you know, these crazy outrageous fucking standards for beauty. I think if we looked at our bodies as the art that they actually are, we would have a lot more respect for each other as human beings. That's what I'm trying to say. Pastor Finn. Please, I need to know what George Carlin quote you're going to say, because I don't know them all. Like Dig loves George Carlin, but I need to know. I need to know. Or did he just say like titties are great? No, whales, bees, like all of them, especially bees. We treat bees fucking horribly for how absolutely integral they are to our existence. Wow. I love bees, y'all. I love bees. They're so fucking cute, and they're dumb, but they're like they're doing their best. Like I feel sorry for people that have like phobias of bugs, because bugs are really chill. I mean, most of them are. Like spiders, you should not be afraid of spiders. Spiders are like the chillest motherfuckers on the planet. They do not want to be bothered by you, and that's literally it. Like they just want to chill, a vibe, nutrients, and that's literally it. We have Juro spiders like all over the place, and like people are afraid of them because of the way that the news depicts them. They say that they are poisonous, uh inch long arachnids that can fly. And yeah, they can get pretty big, or not inch long, 3 inch long arachnids that can fly. They can get large. They do get big. And they are imposing, but they're so fucking chill, and they're like one of the few species of spiders that's social. Like you never see a spider in a web with multiple spiders. You'll see a Juro with multiple spiders of different species, like different types of spiders. They're the chillest motherfuckers on the planet. And they eat stink bugs. And we have an infestation of stink bugs in the South. It's really bad. Juros are they're fucking amazing. They're amazing, and they're so chill, and they're really smart, because they'll set up their webs in places where like there's a light or like there's traffic, like airflow. But if you tear it down, like if you like just kind of guide the spider somewhere else, it'll be like, oh, okay, I won't make my web over here because that's where people are traveling. I don't want my web to get fucked up. I try not to like tear down the web. Dig will tear down the webs. Like I'll take like I'll pluck out some of the sides that are like attached to, you know, a chair or something, and allow the spider to be like to move. Because sometimes like if you just knock the web down, you'll knock the spider down. But if you like kind of maneuver it, they're smart enough to move. They're not dumb. Is Dick here? Oh no, he's not here. They really are. Spiders are great. They are very much like cats. They're like the cats of the bug world. They're literally just trying to eat and chill. They will bite you. I mean, don't fuck with them. Like the what is it, the Netflix special that's don't fuck with cats? Don't fuck with spiders. They will fuck you up, but they are so chill. They're super chill. I mean, like, there's probably more people that die from being bit by cats than there are that are bit by spiders. Because like cats have so many microorganisms that they carry that make us extremely sick. Like the first one I think of is toxoplasmosis. Like there's so many cats that have it, and it's linked to schizophrenia, which I find very interesting because there is like the whole trope of the crazy cat lady. maybe there's actually some truth in that. That like there are some crazy cat ladies out there that are schizophrenic as fuck because they got bit by their cat and have toxoplasmosis. Wild. Actually, I need to look that up. I feel like that's a statistic that I could look up. The amount of people that have been killed by cat bites versus spider bites. It might be real close. But there's a lot of people that interact with cats more so than spiders. I've heard about that too, and I think it's probably true. Like if they're starving, they might take a nibble. But I've also seen situations where like the owner was killed and the cats just starved. They just died. I've also seen that. Let me get my tablet. I've forgotten about the broccoli, but it was fine because I had it on like super duper low. Let's see. People killed by cats per year. Well, I guess I don't want to include big cats. I mean they are cats. But it might be difficult to actually like find a statistic for domestic cat bites that kill people. So it says big cats, such as tigers, are the most frequent killers of humans worldwide, killing 600 to 800 people per year in Asia. So, I mean, I guess we got to the bottom of that, like whether cats are more lethal than spiders. Cats are definitely more lethal, but let's see how many people are killed by spider bites. People killed by spider. I need to say worldwide. Worldwide. Prestige worldwide. Boats and hoes. So I'm seeing a variety of answers. A lot of people get bitten by spiders, but the number of deaths is actually kind of low. I wonder if this is in the United States. Because this just feels, it says like less than 3. So yeah, this is just in the United States. But worldwide, it couldn't be much higher, maybe like 50. As venomous animals. I wonder how many people get like fucked up by caterpillars. Caterpillars are fucked up. Like, cause you think that like because they become butterflies and moths, that like they're really chill. Caterpillars are fucked up. Like some of the hairy ones, they will rock your shit. Wait, the zigzag pattern is a stable emitum. Stable emitum. Oh, that's interesting. I always like I wondered like why they would put the extra work into having that like super pronounced. That makes sense, like for to avoid birds and stuff. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense because like otherwise you can't see their webs at all. Hmm. But yeah, definitely cats are more lethal than spiders. But there's definitely a lot more people that are afraid of spiders than cats, and I get it because they don't look friendly. They don't. I mean, they're not friendly. And you can find a friendly cat, but you could also find a friendly spider. You see, I've seen some friendly spiders out there, especially like jumping spiders. They're fucking adorable. There were times on Earth where caterpillars the size of cars. Oh my fucking god! I that's bitch. Caterpillar. Yeah, caterpillars freak me out because like you don't know which ones are the ones that will fuck you up. I mean, unless you're like super into. I am freaked out by just all centipedes and millipedes. Like I don't fuck with them. And I know like a house centipede it just will not hurt you. They freak me the fuck out. Anything like that has like protruding hairy things like that. I'm not about that life. And a whole bunch of legs. Yeah, that skeeves me the fuck out. But I try not to kill things in my house. If I find like especially if I find a spider. Because like spiders will be in the bathroom and like try to make a web like under the faucet. And I'm like, literally, I was running this faucet yesterday. So you came in here and you fucking thought. And so I do get annoyed, but I try to not drown them. I try to put them somewhere where they can survive. Because I get like wanting to be in a room where there's like water and it's warm in there. Oh, listen, the other fucking day, we're back on the bullshit. Uh, I took a video of it. I might post it or like have it play. I'll play it for you guys. Um, there was a rat somewhere in the kitchen and it was going to town on something. And I don't know, I didn't see it. It was behind the trash can and you could hear it. It did not give a fuck that I was there. And that worries me because I feel like when we got the exterminator to come through, that they did a really good job of killing everything that was here and keeping like because they went through and like covered all the holes that's around the house. Um, so I think this is a new generation of rats that don't understand how people work, and so they don't hide when I come into the kitchen, which unbelievable to me. I've only seen one and I've only heard one. I don't know if it's the same one, but if there's one, there's 10 more for each one. And so that stresses me out and makes me feel unsafe. And I was trying to describe it to Dig because I guess he's used to it and that me saying that he thought was an overreaction, and I was like, well, it makes me feel insecure within my space, which means that I do not feel safe. Like, if there was, like, I'm trying to think of something that would bother him that, like, maybe would put this into perspective, because apparently, you know, as an empath, as an empathetic person, like, you would think that he would understand that it makes me feel bad, but he cannot put himself into my shoes. Um, it's kind of annoying. Kind of annoyed by that. But it seems like after his brother kind of experienced it, he understood, like, no, this is actually causes a fair amount of stress. And just because it stresses me this amount doesn't mean that, you know, it's invalid that it stresses AJ out this much. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I am bothered, and it's 'tis the season because it's only getting colder. I don't even know what that is. Mesothely? Oh, spider. Oh, big old boys. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh my god. Spiders are so fucking cute though. At the same time, have you ever like looked at their little feet? Like they have like little toe beans. Like tarantulas, they have toe beans. Like cats. They're so smart. They're just really cool animals to me. They get a really bad rep because they're spooky. Yeah, huge spiders. Big old spiders. Let's see. They can give like some perspective to the size. Oh boy. There you go. Mega arachne. Yeah, they were large. Oh, here's another one. This looks like maybe some that like were, I don't know if they lived in the water. But it looks like early crustacean situation going. But they were large, quite large. Mm. How long have I been going? Oh my god, it's almost been 4 hours. Wow. This was a good one. Like when I did lives on Facebook in my like K-pop group, this is how long they would typically go. I would go like 4 hours and then I would start a new one. Because I be yapping. And I didn't think I would actually be okay or even good at doing like a live. Yeah, this has been fun. I got a lot of shit done. And I learned some things. It's been, yeah, no, this has been a good one. I'm gonna look at spider toe beans. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at their little feet. Are you fucking kidding me? Look how cute that is. That's a paw. I guess I should give like a trigger warning. Because I mean, this is the bugs, and people are afraid of bugs. Are you? That's so cute. Oh my god. 1 a.m. in Moscow. Wow. Yeah, here it is 6:09 p.m. Little fucking toe beans. Dude, spiders are cute. Shut the fuck up. What do you mean? Like, jumping spiders are adorable. Look at this little guy. And they be thinking, and you can tell that they're thinking, and they're like curious. I love. Crickets? I don't think so. I mean, we do have a lot of frogs. We have like a little pond over here, and we do get frogs. And I had never heard like a for real frog in like real life, because I assumed that they ribbited, because that's what like all cartoons is like, ribbit. They don't, they like scream. They're kind of really annoying and loud. A little bit like crickets. Though owls, they do sound like how like cartoons and like just media generally depicts owls. They hootin', and they literally, that's the sound that they make. And it used to freak me out as a kid. But I think it's because I watched The Secret of Nim as a kid. I love the animal things, anthropomorphic things, but that gave me nightmares. The Russian crickets. Every time like I get like a adjective word, or like Russian crickets, I want to like combine them, and that and combining them I was like rickets. And I don't know why the disease, the term rickets makes me laugh so fucking hard. And I use it as like, you know how like people will say like, this post gave me cancer. I say this post gave me rickets. Like terminal rickets. I don't know why. I think it's just the way the word sounds to me is just really fucking funny. Yes. I love The Secret of Nim. I love it so much. It's a fucking great story. Wow. That was such a good, oh. And like, of course, it gave me nightmares as a kid, but like, there's so much reverence I have for it, and I've continued to like I just love Don Bluth, like generally speaking, like all of his like his style is, I just love it, and no one else is doing it. There's one artist that I follow on Facebook that he's doing a borzoi. It's the dog that looks like it can speak in tongues. But he draws borzois, and it seems like he's making some kind of, he has a project that he's working on that's like almost like Balto, but it's borzois, but they're like super hyper Don Bluth looking. And I really would like to see that made, whatever it is, if it's a movie or a series or whatever. Let me see if I can find an example, like some of his art, because it's probably up here. That's a Brazoi. They're strange dogs. They're cryptids. Yep, I knew it was gonna come up. I just put in Bluth, Brazoi, because the art is fucking fantastic, but it looks just like Secret of Nim art. And I absolutely love this art style. Is so cool to me, especially how they draw magic and how they draw the eyes like that, like how they're like, I love anything where like the eyes are like completely whited out. And this is what they look like, just regular. Like not in murder mode. Cryanohounds. Yeah, they are very interesting. They have a lot of personality. They're like usually not usually, but like oftentimes I'll see like a purebred dog and like a lot of breeds don't have as much personality as like a mixed breed, but Borzois have a lot of personality. Ridgebacks have a lot of personality. Of course, German Shepherds. But like some of the like dogs that are like designer dogs or like dogs that are like specifically bred for one thing, like especially like I mean even like the sheep herding dogs, they still have a personality, but I find that like mixed breed dogs are just so like they're so varied. Like you don't really know what to expect, but you kind of do know what to expect if it's a purebred. That's what I'm trying to say. There's like a lot more variety and novelty. And of course, I'm a novelty seeking person. It means brazen in Russian. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I love this art style so much. And I really would like to see whatever this artist is working on because this looks fun as fuck. And they're like also kind of like macabre, which I love because like you can only do Don Bluth style and be just a little bit spooky. You got to. This is so cool. And Borzoi is like this is a perfect dog to for this art style. Like German Shepherd is really good. Was it All Dogs Go to Heaven? That's also in Don Bluth style. It's not as hard as The Secret of Nim because this dog is definitely an anthropomorphic dog, but because in Secret of Nim they're like anthropomorphic and like mostly not mostly people, but like more towards people than All Dogs Go to Heaven. And then also it's trying to be a little bit scary. And like there are scary moments in All Dogs Go to Heaven, but it's not as visceral as The Secret of Nim. The Secret of Nim is scary. And I absolutely love it. Man, I love this style of art. It's so good. And like I don't want it to be like the only thing that Disney does because that also kind of sucks to have just one way of like one style of art, but I wish there was more of it because like they don't use it anymore. So that's Anton, what you typed there. Russian is such an interesting language, like especially written. Okay, I think I should. I think I probably should end it soon because I actually do want to do some stuff before Dig gets here. Where is he? Like he hasn't like because usually he's here by now. This is kind of late, and he hasn't said anything to me. Let me ask if he's okay. Because he might be driving now. Is that him? But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live because it's just been a long time. It's been a really long time, but it's been fun, and I really appreciate you guys accompanying me. I appreciate y'all accompanying me. Yeah, you do need to sleep. Yeah, that's a good idea. But yeah, I hope you sleep well. I hope you sleep better than I do because my sleep is fucked up. My sleep is horrible. But yes, sleep well and enjoy your tomorrow. Yes, we'll definitely do it again. Absolutely yes. And I'll try like as I'm getting more like used to doing the lives, I'll feel more comfortable saying like I'm gonna do a live this time or this day. I'll feel a little bit better to do that because like at the moment I just feel like if I say that I'm gonna do one and then I just don't feel like doing it, I'm gonna feel bad. Russia loves me. Thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, y'all Alex, have a good afternoon and evening. And Anna, have a good sleep and morning. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Thanks again for joining me. That was really fun.